Excellent. So welcome everybody to our October Green Team meeting. If you're joining us in progress, you missed our brief discussion on Fat Bear Week. So if you're just checking this out, I ask you to please go to Google, type in Fat Bear Week, and you will not be disappointed. And yes, it is sort of environmental / green team related as well. I custom made a formatted agenda list, so it's still a little wonky, only because we do so much stuff in these meetings. But there is our agenda for today. And let me just bring up my fancy numbered version of the agenda. Okay. So let's get started on our first item. Our first item was supposed to be something that I was supposed to take a little action on. That's the new signage for our campus bins. I said that I would email Jay. I didn't get around to it, so I have no update, and I don't see that he is here. So that's something that I'll try to keep chugging away on. And just to summarize, we are planning on getting some new updated signage for the 4-part bins on campus, just to make them a little bit better, especially since things are so confusing with the stuff that comes out of the cafe, most especially. Gab, you have your hand up.
I just wanted to let you know, I believe Jay might be out, so I would just forward it just to Jonah or all of marketing and not rely on Jay. Because I think he's been in and out.
Sounds good. That's what I'll do. Nope, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's good to know. Otherwise, I would have sent an email and it would have just sat in an inbox and nobody would have seen it. So good information. And that's exactly what I'll do. Thank you, Gab. So our next item on our list under ongoing projects is addition to campus rental policy. That's something that I'm still working on. I really need to find a time to meet with Christina. And the whole point of that is we have a lot of folks, like if you leave campus, you know, in the afternoon, you probably see there's a lot of folks down at Turf Field who rent the field. And it's basically just a quick addition to the policy asking if you bring trash in, please bring it out with you, kind of like we'd expect if you're going camping or if you stay in an Airbnb these days, those kind of things. And just make sure that expectation is up front when folks sign the rental agreement. And still working on that. I just got to get in touch with Christina Wynn and see if we can make that happen. The next item is a Roberta item, and I don't see Roberta here quite yet, so we'll circle back around to this. Last I knew, her and Colin and maybe I think Tom Tyning is advising on this too, are working on refreshing the BCC nature trail. The signs are really out of date. They're really old. Some of the locations no longer exist. So just making sure that those are accurate, up to date. We're going to 3D print new signs so that at the end of the project, there'll be all new signs. And last I heard, Roberta and Colin were working away on this, which is always good to know. Okay, so Roberta, if you have anything to say about that, please feel free to chime right in.
Sorry, I didn't use the mute button the right way. I think, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, awesome. All the stuff that you just said, you were talking about the trail signage.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right on top of it. And then plus we have all the new footage that you made that I'm doing the screenshots from. And then Cody's going to help me figure out GPS locations, et cetera, et cetera. It's an exciting project and it's pulling in a lot of people from a lot of different parts of the campus.
Cool. It's also a long-term project, so more on that to come, I would imagine, right, Roberta?
Oh, it's very long-term. Yes.
Yeah. So this might take us a couple of years maybe to fully wrap it up. There's a lot of different pieces to it, that's for sure.
Yes, there are. And we're working with, well, Gina Steck is working on a grant, and she had worked on the original grant that was for the garden now that we have the pollinator garden. So she knows a lot of the ins and outs of what we're looking for. So it's really great.
Okay. I think what I'll do, Roberta,
process.
is going forward, I will add this to as a bullet list instead of ongoing projects. So you could talk about all of the stuff that you're doing on together, because we're going to circle back around to the Hoffman Garden and the community garden and all that stuff. You're near the end. So we got a few more things and then I'll let you talk about that. Okay.
Sure, I did see the agenda. Thanks.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that put all your agenda items near each other near the end, like you usually like going forward.
No
So I'll
worries.
move this out.
Wherever they fit. No
So
worries.
our next item, just to keep things moving, is full item number 2. And I know Cody and I don't know, Linda, did you ever, this is the candy wrapper recycling thing that kind of came my way through Recycle Mania. So just a quick summary. Recycle Mania sent a link where places can get free boxes for folks to recycle their candy wrappers, and we are coming up on Halloween. So if anybody is interested in ordering those for their groups, there's one per order. So Cody, I think you might have ordered one. Linda, I don't know if you ordered one.
Yeah, I ordered one with the intention of the Hoffman building.
Cool.
Oh, good.
Yep, and I ordered one for the library space. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So if anybody is interested in getting one as well, let me know. I can send you the link. I think they have them until they run out. And just keep in mind that if you are ordering a recycling box, it's 100% free. I think it's even free to mail it back. But you are the one responsible for that box, getting it filled up and taking control of whatever goes into it in your area. So if anyone is interested, Tom, if you remember, send me an email and I'll reply back and I'll get you the link for that. But I'll also try, but like can't hurt to send me a reminder. So yeah, that's how that looks. So look for those boxes around campus, especially as we get close to Halloween. I hope everybody has their costume figured out for this year. Awesome. Okay, cool. Our next item, Mari, this is kind of your item. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction, then I'll let you take over. We have a guest here today. Mari is here. Mari, this is, I think, a honors project. What is it? Honors Society, Honors Club?
It's both. So I have that. I was reviewing some videos that BCC has and was documenting them as a student, as the orientation leader. And I get across of a video of Chris Linney from, I don't know, years ago of cloth drive, winter cloth drive. So I got interested and I talked to him and I asked him what that project looked like when it happened. And so I said that I wanted to do it again and that I'm in many groups, so I could get support from the student government. I'm the president and the student government, and from PTK, because I am the vice president of leadership there. And then he got interested and he said he will love to collaborate with the honor program students. And also he said he will get involved with student engagement and the green team. And then I mentioned also the human services club. So the idea is to, now we have a lot of international students and many people, and campus is full now. I have more students than before. And so my idea was to collect winter clothes and stuff, and then have like an open tag sale, which is free for students that need those things, can pick them up. It's like a textile recycle, excuse me for my pronunciation. And
No, you're doing great.
And then we could help the students that need those things, but also we're helping the environment because we are recycling clothes that is in good shape and someone else can use. So we were wondering if you would like to collaborate with us. We're trying to put together who really wants to be part of this, and then put a meeting together to establish how we're gonna, what's the next steps. But we're aiming for like end of November, first week of December to have this open tag sale. When I said tag sale, it's just like figure, but it's just like 3, like, you know.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so and as I understand, Mari, there's a planning meeting coming up a week from tomorrow. Is that correct?
Correct. So we Chris wanted me to introduce to this group what is the idea, to see if you're interested in participate, and then join us and then in the meeting that we're gonna have to go on the next steps.
Right, so I just put into the chat, Mari, I put your student email address. I assume if folks want to get invited to that meeting for the planning of the winter clothing drive, they could just send you an email and you'll get them either the meeting, the room number, or the Zoom. I'll be there if I can make it. I'll be there by Zoom.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, me
Yeah.
or Chris. I think Chris is the one that put in the meeting together.
Gotcha. So either Mari or Chris Laney, and I have
Yeah.
that meeting as Wednesday, October 18th at 11 a.m.
Correct.
And it's in either H201, Hawthorne 201, or on Zoom. So if you're interested in attending, either email Mari or Chris. And a little background from my knowledge, folks who've been at BCC for a little while might remember that pre-pandemic, we used to do a Green Team sponsored clothing drive. That's probably what you saw a video of, Mari. And it was a Green Team thing. The folks who used to organize that were Laura Salderini and Deb, I'm going to mess up her name. It's like Cardarella. She used to work in student affairs with all those folks over there, but she retired. So all of the knowledge of how that stuff works kind of left with them. So Mari, if you like, we'll talk about this in the planning meeting, but I would imagine if you have any questions, I could probably put you in touch with both of them. Laura, I have her cell phone number I can get to you. And Deb is very active on the Facebook, so she's super easy to find. Gab, did you have anything to
Great.
bring up?
Outside of Facebook, Deborah is my neighbor. If you need anything, we see each other daily.
How did I do on
Great.
her name?
Good as far as I could tell.
Okay,
Cardarella?
because I like to get people's names right, because some people get really offended and I hate to offend anyone. But yeah, Deb is amazing. She has, I wish I had her energy, to be quite honest with you. She's always bouncing around doing something. So yeah, I'm sure that she would be willing to help if we came up with any questions or just wondering like, how did such and such work when you did the clothing drive? Either of those folks. So we'll talk more about that in our planning meeting.
Thank you
Mari.
so much.
I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'll be there. If anyone's interested, just reach out to Mari at her email address in the chat, or Chris Laney. You can find Chris on the BCC website if you're watching the recording of this meeting. And we'll get you that invite for the meeting Wednesday, October 8th, 11 a.m. All right. Anything else on the,
Thank you so much.
on the drive? Did I leave anything out, Mari?
I don't think so, because we're in the beginning, and so we just wanted to put the word on this team and see if
Gotcha.
you are interested, because we thought that it's something like you may be interested because it is textile recycling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but thank you
Well,
for
I'll be
inviting
there,
me.
and hopefully we'll get a couple other folks who are interested in coming there. And maybe if things work out well, this could be a regular event like it used to be every year. Because I know it was very highly attended in the years that that we used to do it in the past.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Mari. All right, so moving it right along to our next item. We're about halfway through our agenda, so it looks like we'll probably get wrapped up a little bit early, which is great, because if you're like me, you probably have a sandwich or something to eat. It is a kind of our lunch hour here, and I appreciate everybody for coming. So our next item is the battery recycling project the Green Team is working on. And last I knew, I see that Cody has kind of stepped away. He was going to be talking to Tammy, maintainer Tammy on campus. Tammy does a little bit of battery recycling, and Cody was going to see if we could maybe join forces. But if that doesn't work out, we have a plan. It just requires spending a little bit of Green Team budget and getting one of those recycle boxes that you fill up and then you mail back, and the postage is prepaid. So anybody have anything else to add on the battery recycling project. I think I pretty much summed it up. Thank you, Roberta. Cody is helping a student. That's one of the perils of having a Zoom meeting in your office space, is that sometimes happens. All right, if there's nothing else on the battery recycling, Cody will keep chugging away on that, I'm sure. And so our next item, Roberta, it's now on to your item. So if you'd like to meet anything up or catch anybody up about what might be going on with either the community garden as we come into fall, or also the Hoffman project.
Okay. The Hoffman project, as we mentioned, is somewhat connected now to the trail marker signs. And again, thinking of it in the long term, it's going to take time. And somebody said something about budgets. It's probably going to pull from 2 or 3 different budgets, but it's probably going to pull mainly from grant money. And we're going to do raised beds up there and do them even better from what we've learned from the raised beds that are down here at SBA. Giving away seeds. If you have a garden at home, or if you have loved ones that have gardens, I've got so many different kinds of seeds that I've been drying. And I know people usually think of planting seeds in the spring, but Mother Nature plants them now. So that's what I do. I fling them, I walk on them, and hope for the best. So I've got all sorts of flowers, too numerous to name. And then I've got tons and tons of hazelnut seeds if you'd like to try growing hazelnuts. About 11 people have taken home like big bags of seeds already. Other than that, just come by the garden and say hi sometime. It's going quite well.
Awesome. Roberta, I've got a gardening question for you.
All right.
Maybe you don't have an answer. It's kind of random. It just popped into my head, but I see all of these walnut trees that are dropping these weird, they kind of look like these weird apples. I guess there's walnuts inside of them. Like, are those actually consumable, or are they plantable, or are they just like...
Yeah, you can plant them, but you could also just let squirrels do the job for you.
Yeah, the squirrels do love them.
Plant them for you everywhere, but you can plant them too.
Okay. And you can usually tell when a squirrel's had a feast of them, because there'll just be little shreds of walnut juice everywhere. It's kind of bizarre.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, so
Any other gardening
general,
questions?
Also, we're if you do have a garden or access to a garden or access to a community garden, we're gonna be in the next few weeks dividing off some plants, not a lot, because we've packed the garden really, really tight to keep down the weeds and other problems that could occur. But there's some things like chives, really pretty purple chives. There's a couple things that are really wicked easy to plant. So just send me an email or send me a Teams text. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in the background. I'm going to put myself on mute.
That's okay. So if anybody has any questions about any of those things Roberta mentioned, reach out to Roberta directly. Let me see if I can get your email into the chat. It might take me a moment, but I'm sure I can do that. So give me just a sec. Got it. All right. So here's Roberta's email. If anybody has any questions that they want to ask her, gardening questions about any of those seeds, maybe they want to plant, you want to plant some stuff, that's Roberta's email in the chat. Or you can always reach out to me too, or Cody or Linda. We can all get you in touch with Roberta. Okay, any other thoughts, anything else on the community garden or the Hoffman project? And Roberta says you can use Teams to chat with her. Yes, you can. That's a great way to get in touch with Roberta too. Great. Okay, no more questions on that. So we're getting close to the end of our agenda here. Our last thing is the Green Team email list. I had IT make an email list, and then as I started to try and use it, I realized that I cannot add students or community members to it. I can only add employees, faculty, and staff. So that email list isn't going to work for us, which means I'm going to be continuing to use the same email list that I've had. However, maybe Cody, you and I could touch base, come up with a better plan. There's got to be a better way to do a shared email list. And it has to do with the fact that if you've ever tried to email a student from your BCC employee email, their email addresses don't just pop right up. You kind of need to know where it is, what it is, or copy paste it from somewhere. It doesn't come up like if you were to just start typing in from your BCC email, like my name or Linda's name or Cody's name, it'll just kind of pop right up. Students don't do that. You need to know exactly what their email address is. And because they don't pop up, I also can't add them to the distribution list. So thank you, IT, for making the list. Sorry, it isn't going to exactly work the way that we had planned on. And then there's a question in the chat. Is there any way you get a transcript of the meeting? We will have a full recording of the meeting that I send out after the meeting to everybody. So it'll be up on YouTube so everybody can see it. You could jump through it. It'll have captions. It'll have all those fun things. In fact, Cody's the one who's going to throw that up after. Cody's kind of become the meeting recording person. We don't really do minutes. We just record the whole meeting and put it up there for anybody who wants to see it. And while you're at it, there's a ton of other green team meetings. There's lots of drone videos. There's all kinds of stuff on the YouTube channel that Cody's going to post that too. So good question. And that was our last agenda item. So it's 12:23. We flipped through stuff really quick. Tom, I see you got your hand up, but now's our time for open things in the meeting. So the floor is yours.
Cool. Just wanted an update everybody that I presented a proposal to my division, and they're very receptive to it. It all depends on who's allowed to work on this stuff. So I'll find out about that soon.
Awesome. When you say an update, you mean about forming a green team at MCLA?
Yeah, and somehow maybe even tying it into the rest of you all.
Yeah, like I could see a future where maybe we do like events of certain sorts together. The green team is always trying to do as many events, like community cleanups are a great example. We usually focus on Pittsfield, but maybe we can do a North Adams spot, or maybe a North Adams and a Pittsfield spot. That's usually a spring thing that we do, is the community cleanups.
Yeah, North Adams has dirt too.
Yeah, there's dirt pretty much everywhere you look. Like, dirt is everywhere. Especially my kitchen floor these days, and dirt and leaves. But, you know, what are you going to do? All right. Anybody else have anything else they would like to bring up for the good of the group? Gab already told us her favorite Fat Bear, so vote for your Fat Bear week. Today's the last day of voting. All right, I'm going to do my auctioneer impression, going once, going twice. All right, everybody, thank you for a great, as usual, green team meeting. Mari, I'll see you at the planning meeting for the clothing drive. If anybody else has any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me or any of the other leadership, Linda Mary, Cody Johnson, and Sean Regan. So just reach out to any one of us and we can all give you a hand. If you forget who we are, just search Green Team on the BCC website and all that'll pop right up. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at our next meeting or see you at Mari's planning meeting as well. Thanks again, everybody.